I had a revelation the other day. I realized that I've been holding myself back, stopping myself from starting something that I've been meaning to do for months. I'm gonna try and do my best to stop avoiding taking that leap of faith. This is going to be a very self-indulgent ramble, so please bear with me. It's something that's on my mind and stuff that I need to hear, and I think maybe everyone needs to hear. It's about a common problem that people experience, told through a personal lens. That is to say, using myself as an example. Because really, I'm the only example I truly understand. The only one I can explain. But I know that I am not alone. I think that perfectionism holding people back is fairly common in our society. I don't know if it stems from the way that the academic systems deem our worth based on a qualitative grade, or out of a fear of being judged by our peers, or not fitting into the unattainable, made-up social norm. I know that I've heard the phrase, my best doesn't seem to be good enough, more than once in my life. I myself have said it a few times. I've been planning to start streaming for over a month now. Maybe 2 months. But I never made any progress. My friends encouraged me to. People in my friends' chats said I should start, and I kept saying that I was going to, and that I was working on it. But meanwhile, I never actually made any progress or did any research. I was waiting for a day that may never come. I set up an if-then clause in my head, and until that if happened, I was just stuck. I told myself that there was no point starting to stream until my internet got stable, because it wouldn't be good quality. For context on that, I moved house in November last year, and I got internet at the very end of January, so we didn't have internet for at least 3 months. We still don't have broadband, but in theory we should get that soon. And even though it's not broadband, it's seemingly been good enough to do everything I need it to do so far. There's been a few times where I needed to limit myself to only a few heavily taxing things at once, but the current internet has surpassed my expectations, so maybe it would be fine to stream with it. I'll never know if I don't try. When we got it, my stepfather said, as long as you don't stream in 720p, it'll be fine, and I guess for some reason that told my brain that I had to wait before I even tried. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In what world would it be reasonable for my first ever stream to be perfect? Or any stream, for that matter. Even the videos that I put out, which I put hours of work into editing and streamlining, aren't perfect. Because perfect is an unattainable, unrealistic standard to set my heart on. It doesn't exist. In fact, now that I think about it, the lack of perfection in streams is one of the best things about them. The atmosphere of live streams are so different to podcasts or YouTube videos or TV series because they are live and communal and raw. That's one of the things that makes them appealing. I was over here like, oh, gotta have all my alerts set up and customized. Gotta change this tiny background detail that no one will ever notice. And getting overwhelmed by all of that. Hiding away from the insane amount of pressure I put on myself regarding that notion. Putting everything off until I had flawless internet. Which is so silly. I make content for fun, and I want to start streaming to broaden my horizons, interact with people, and hopefully make content creation a little less stressful. And also, to be completely transparent, I make content full-time. Both because I'm dedicated and enjoy making content, and because I don't currently have a full-time job. And YouTube doesn't start paying you until you have a large following. On a purely practical level, Twitch is more likely to get me any money. That's not to say that I expect money. I don't create content for material gains. I hate that money is deemed necessary in this society. Abolish capitalism and all, it's just that it's a measure of success within the dominant ideology, and it means that I can tell my family that I'm actually doing something with my life, you know? It means I can call content creation a job. Which, to be fair, I already do, but I always feel bad about it because I don't make money from it, and can it really be counted as a job if I don't make an income? Anyway, back to the point. I've been thinking about growing my channel a lot. I'm proud of what I make, and I'm really dedicated. I've wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber for about as long as I can remember, and it's already a dream come true. My content doesn't have to be perfect. I'm improving the quality every video I make, and I'm learning new things. I take this really seriously, and I want to put myself out there, put the effort in, maybe get recognized. Who knows if I'll blow up, but if I don't try, I never will. I made a TikTok account to promote my channel recently. The TikTok algorithm is a lot better than the YouTube one for showing people small creators, and it's how I found my current friends. Problem is, the people on TikTok can suck. My main account is on the good side of TikTok, and I've never seen the other side. Until now. The response to my first video, which was one with my actual face and me rambling, was really encouraging. The rest, not so much. I tried something new, something I don't have much experience with, but thought would be a truer example of the content I actually post. The comments on those TikTok videos made me really self-conscious, and a lot of them can be considered bullying. I was seriously overthinking the quality of my videos after that, and it really demotivated me. I found myself questioning if I should really make content. I mean, I can handle bullying most of the time. I never really let society's standards affect my perception of self or my own frame of mind, but I admittedly did have to check with a few of my friends if the harsh words were accurate, so that I could improve the quality if they were. I think they reflected my own fears in a time where I was already kind of burned out and doubting myself, so they just reflected that and amplified it. So, considering all of that, I think I'm gonna stay away from TikTok for now. Or at least change up the content a bit and try and reach the audience that I actually want. It just kinda sucks that people weren't welcoming or supportive. Even ignoring me would have been better than what I got. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Either way, you learn. I can't believe how much of a surprise it is that I've been doubting myself and holding myself back. Despite the fact that I've been putting myself out there and being really proud of my improvements, I've still been stopping myself and doubting myself. That feels like the sort of thing I should have known was happening. It's so typical of me that I should have seen it coming. Somehow, I've been completely blindsided by my own doubt. Apparently, I didn't even know what was happening, because realizing that I could just start streaming tomorrow with no consequences, nothing holding me back, and a bunch of amazing, supportive friends to help me out and cheer me on hit me like a truck. Total epiphany. When I realized that, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. I was thrilled and jubilant and super enthused. I wanted to set everything up right then and there and start streaming the next morning. I felt like I could run a marathon or clean the whole house, you know? It was euphoric. There is a certain freedom to ridding yourself of things that are unnecessarily holding you back. Whether that be society's standards or your own internalized limits, you can feel unstoppable. It's like walking out of an empowering movie and feeling like you could take on the world. I'm really excited to start streaming and to keep making content. I'm looking forward to playing on the Dawn SMP more, to explore the plot that we have planned, and to work on some other awesome projects that I'm scheming. I'm not gonna let myself hold me back. I'll do my best and be satisfied with whatever that may be. And then I'll learn from that, and I'll improve. I think it's important to remember that things don't have to be perfect right off the bat. Improvement is a process. By wanting to be perfect as soon as I start, I've been making it so that I never start. I never even have a product to be unsatisfied with. So, yeah, I'm actually working on that now. I've made progress, even if I haven't started. I've laid out a possible schedule. I'm thinking about it daily. I don't know when I'll start, but I hope it's soon. And you can do it too. If your internal doubts are holding you back from starting something, just do it. Take a leap of faith. You'll never get better if you don't try, and you don't have to be perfect. Just have fun with it. Having fun is the most important thing. I believe in you, and I believe in me, and we're gonna do some amazing stuff if we just let ourselves try.